happy to be joined by Fafa Picault, who's a midfielder for our Houston Dynamo soccer team, who's kind enough to join me after training. What's going on, man?
Chilling. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to be here right now. So I saw that your parents were Haitian immigrants, and you have a big connection to the culture. So tell me about what makes Haitian culture really special for you.
I think the music, the food, the way the people are. There's a joy to live, even if you don't have much. We just have a natural joy to live. Those who have and don't have, and it's a very rich culture historically, and a people of resilience. So I'm very proud to have those roots, and I take part of them every day of my life.
That and you're taking part in your culture as well. And I saw that your grandfather he played for the Haitian national. What have you learned from your dad and your grandfather in general about soccer?
To not just protect my dream, but also to enjoy the game. My father taught me that greatly, and also my grandfather gave me a lot of tricks on and off the pitch that helped make me a better player young on.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. To get some advice, I think it's really helpful for anybody's career. And you had a big win on Saturday against the San Jose Earthquakes, 4-3. But I think you had a really critical assist in that game. You think you can take me through that play?
Yeah, I felt like I was making a lot of runs off the ball, and I had to be patient because sometimes as a winger or striker, you don't get the ball every time you make the run. And the key is to keep doing that. And Griffin Dorsey found me on that pass, and I didn't really have a lot in my head, but I said if I could beat this man, I can either get a shot off or play to Seba, who was there in the box. So the defender slid, and instead of passing normal, I kind of chipped it to Seba so that he didn't intercept it, and he did a great job at being poised to finish.
Yeah, I saw that goal. I think that was really big because it helped us get up 3-2 at the time. So I think it was really critical by you. And I saw the 2 goals you had against Inner City Miami. So how were you able to beat their defense, and how would it compare to the San Jose defense?
San Jose plays a bit more of a man marking. Miami's team had obviously DeAndre, who's a very fast wing back, and then Damien also, who's covered good distance. So the important thing was to find ways to split them using my speed, but also intelligence, and also to work off the ball, checking back and helping when I can to receive the ball and then be able to turn and find my teammates.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think you had a great game. That game you were really good against. You're really good against San Jose as well. But is there anything that you still need to work on, because you did score 2 against Miami, but you weren't able to score any against San Jose? What stuff are you really working on these days?
I just treat every game differently, because some games you'll score, some you won't. Some games require more from you and different things. So some game you'll maybe assist, and then maybe you don't score for 2 games. So you just have to be patient. You have to continue to do your job, allow the goals to come. But the main focus is always finding different ways to help my team. Maybe this one game is not scoring, but I can help my team by making key passes or by helping in defense as well and winning headers. So whatever I can do to constantly better myself in all areas of my game, so that way when, depending on the game, I'll be ready to help.
Yeah, I think that's awesome to have that mindset to, be willing to help the team in different areas, not just in scoring. And I saw that you speak 7 different languages. So how do you learn all those, man? How do you remember all that?
I moved a lot. So I moved quite a bit, and then I always surround myself with people from different cultures and backgrounds, and then just through moving you get to you're kind of forced to learn the languages of the places that you move to, and that's helped me a lot, and it makes the world a smaller place.
Yeah, what would you say is the toughest language?
Toughest? So I speak 5 fluently, and then there's 2 that I'm not great with, but I can speak. Of those 2, I'd say German is probably the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit complicating sometimes. The placement and the pronunciation of things can be difficult, but overall it's still so it's not so easy.
This is the first year for Coach Nagamura. So what would you say? How has he been, behind the scenes and as a coach? What would you say is the best part about him?
I'd say he's imposed a mentality of winners in the group. And it's kind of a no-nonsense, enjoy the game but work hard and make sure we get results, and that's been key. And I think we've created a high level of competition within the group.
Yeah, you guys I think you guys are doing pretty good this season. And what do you think are going to be the keys to?
I think similar to some of the other coaches of very different team tactically. We have to find ways both up the middle and up the sides to attack, and then offensively going forward, be disciplined, but be willing to kind of leave comfort zones with the ball or into spots that we move into to make it uncomfortable for their defense in order to get behind.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. I think the offense really showed up last week in San Jose, and I think you guys hopefully will have a great performance. What do you think really is special about this team this year? What do you think is really special that you guys can win all this year?
I think the winning mindset, like I mentioned before, we have a very big competition within the group mentality, and we don't change that so that we can go forward because the season's still young.
Yeah, I saw that the Gold Cup is also coming up soon, so your third round matchup is I think next Tuesday. So what would you say is like your experiences in the Gold Cup so far? Anything that really stands out to you so far?
I know the first round is kind of mixed around. There's a lot of different teams that maybe we wouldn't face normally. The important thing is to take every team as we would on the weekends. So approach every game with consistency and also with maximum effort and being aggressive. And then from there, it's just each game is its own. So approach every game like it's your last, and that's how you get through cup games.
Yeah, I wish you the guys best of luck in the Gold Cup. I think the Dynamo last won it in 2018, so hopefully we can win it this year.
Yeah, I was in that final. We lost. I was with Philly.
Oh, yeah.
We lost to Dynamo.
Dang.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be on this side, man. We'll get the dub. Any moment from your career that really stands out to you?
There's a few. I'd say my first, possibly my first cap with national team, and then honestly, the biggest one probably being getting to play in front of my family against Miami a few 10 days ago. That would be probably the most beautiful moment that I got to share.
Yeah, you had a great game against Miami. I'm sure your family was really proud, because the way you played was amazing. Last year I think was a really amazing year for you personally. You scored a lot of goals. You had 31 in 11 appearances last year, and you were the Dynamo team MVP. You won the Golden Boot as well. So, how were you able to be so amazing in your first year in the Dynamo statistically?
I credit that to the group and the club kind of bringing me in easily. I worked hard and I just wanted to do the maximum that I could for the club, and that's always going to be my effort and my mindset. We had a staff that allowed me to do that, and then also a group that allowed me to do that. And when you have the right mindset and you want to do good for your club and just try to win at all costs, sometimes it results in a lot of goals. So that's my job, and I hope to continue doing that.
Yeah, I hope to see you have like another great season this year. Slow feet don't eat. That's your slogan, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
How'd you come up with that?
So that came from a buddy of mine, Chad Ocho. He played for Cincinnati back in the day, football player. And so, it's a thing we say back in Miami. It's not necessarily him that started it, but it came from his generation. And it's just pretty much, if you snooze, you lose. It's kind of the same type of mentality. So slow feet don't eat just means pretty much, if you're slow to the table, you're not going to eat because we're going to get the food first. So we apply that on the field as well. So slow feet don't eat. If I go by, you're not catching me, you're not eating.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how did you talk to Chad Johnson, by the way?
He's a big soccer fan. So years ago we met, I don't know how long, but we've been buddies for a while now. We play indoor soccer every offseason together in video games. He'll claim he's better, but he has a losing record. But that's how we got to know each other. Same community in Miami, and we stay tight.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's great to see you're connecting with other players. And, Fafa, I wish you the best of luck this season, man. Just keep doing great out there. And thank you so much for doing the interview, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.